Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amira and I'm here today with a project for Auntie Vera's Scrap and Craft April kit. It is the beautiful month of autumn, and so in the April kit we got this gorgeous stitched leaf die by LAWN FAWN, and I must say that I'm totally in love with this die set, and you'll probably find that I probably use these leaves in almost every single project this month. So this die set comes with 5 leaves all stuck together, and I did play with them all stuck together. I did die cut leaves with all 5 of the leaves stuck together, but then I quickly came to realize that the leaf created by this one stitch die, the largest skinniest one of them all, was really valuable to me because I was able to use it to make a circle, and from here I kind of got the idea of, wow, wouldn't it be cool to make a wreath? And so I pulled that one die off and I used it to die cut a whole lot of craft cardstock to make craft colored leaves. I then used my PVA glue, and as you see here, I am just attaching them all together by the edges so that they make one beautiful circle. Now this circle measures approximately 4.5 by 4.5, so it's not really big enough to use as a huge wreath in your home. However, if you wanted a little wreath for a little area, you can definitely make a home decor piece out of this. Now, after the skeletal part of the wreath is done, I then went ahead and tried to create some kind of pattern so that I can start creating the wreath. I did try in the beginning to use 2 of the smaller ones and 1 of the large ones, but actually in hindsight it doesn't really matter in the end because you do end up layering a whole lot of different colors on top of each other, and the main part is to just make a nice, beautiful, full wreath. And it doesn't matter whether you alternated leaf types. So you can see here how I started to do it. The important part here, and definitely the one thing I will recommend, is to use 3D foam tape. I used a combination of 3D foam tape and PVA glue, and I think you're making a project that is so laborious and time consuming that you don't want the 3D foam tape to just start falling off with time. So definitely do both the 3D foam tape and the PVA glue. The importance of the 3D foam tape is it's a beautiful, rich, layered, multi-layered project, and it just gives so much dimension and so much volume when you use the 3D foam tape. If you just use sticky tape or the PVA glue, it's still going to be amazing. It's just going to be more like a flatter piece, and definitely a wreath is a huge textured and full item that you really should do it justice by using 3D foam tape. And you get into the pattern of alternating different leaf types and different colors as well. Now here in Australia, we are changing seasons. We're going into the month of autumn, although it kind of doesn't feel like it. It feels like summer this year has really dragged on. We had a mild summer in the beginning, and then now we're going into the humid end part of summer, and I think everybody is really hanging out for the cooler weather and a little bit of rain and just a little bit of a change from the hot, long, and definitely autumn is right around the corner. I can definitely tell that the hours are getting shorter now and night falls a lot faster than it used to. So at this stage, once my wreath is full, I do go in with craft colored leaves just to break up some of the colors that are overlapping, that are a bit the same, and I'm just giving it more of a fuller look. In our April kit, we also got this ball of raffia, and so I decided to make a second wreath and wondered if raffia would add any extra to it, and I really like it. It's different. It's definitely different. It's more messier than just the leaf one, but it's still cute in its own way, and I will give that a trim in a little while as I put it together on the card. I'm now just looking through some of these cut aparts, and I'm trying to find some that are appropriate for the sentiment to go in the middle of this wreath. And also the important thing is to look for the sizing. For example, here the fox one is too large. It doesn't really stand out. The word ones seem to be a lot better. I love this one that says autumn days. I like the one that says fall blessings, but a wreath within a wreath kind of didn't work very well for me. So I find these two ones, leaves are falling and autumn days are here again, are the two that I really like. And so I decide to use them both to make two wreath cards. I then go for the pattern paper that is included in our April kit. I'm going to put all the details below, and definitely please visit the blog to see more pictures and for more information about the products used. I prop up the wreath on 3D foam tape. I do decide to take out that extra leaf because I thought that it was sticking into the center a little bit too much. And here we go, just taking off the backing, and I'm going to position that so you could read the sentiment on the cut apart sheet. I'm now just going to mark where I need to trim the pattern paper. And that's going to be 4 1/4 by 5. I do decide to go for craft cardstock as the base of the card. I'm just going to show you quickly what I do here. Sometimes I get a little bit lazy, so I basically use the pattern paper that I've already measured, and I just leave about an 1/8 of a border all the way around, and then I just cut the cardstock in there as well, and I go back in and I score, and then I cut the paper. I mean, you could do it the other way around where you measure everything, but I end up just manhandling it this way. I don't know if it's the lazy way or it's just my way, but it seems to work. And I'm just checking out here how it looks with the reverse side with the dark, but I actually do like the striped white and brown, not the brown on brown. It kind of makes it more crisp to use the white. So just taking off the backing now, and I'm going to trim off this raffia. When I had stuck it down, I looped it around, and I felt like that loop was a little bit more chunky, and so I'm just removing all the chunk, and I'm left with that. Looks good. I'm now going to do the same for the wreath without the raffia. I chose this red and white striped, and I think it looks really gorgeous. And I'm popping that on 3D foam tape as well. Now, this is looking good. It's almost there, but it's missing one more thing. I looked through some of the Cartabella ephemera pack that came in our April kit, and I find these banners but just go so well here. They sort of ground the card and give it a central focus. So although the card aparts have sentiments in them, I feel like these banners are the true sentiment of each card, and they go so well. And as well as adding those banners at the bottom, the April kit has this cute button set, which has some gorgeous woodland creatures, and I decided to use the squirrel for the sentiment that says gather together, and the owl for the one that says Colors of Fall. I do pop up the sentiments with 3D foam tape, and at first with the critters I thought I would just use foam tape and PVA glue and try to nestle them in between the layers of the leaves, but I tried unsuccessfully to get it in there, and I did decide to cut off the shank. And so I used my IKEA kitchen scissors. These are my mock Tim Holtz scissors, don't tell anyone. And it just comes straight off. It's just a plastic shank, and it works so well. So here we go. I'm going to repeat the same thing, 3D foam tape on the banner and then 3D foam tape on this critter with some PVA glue. And this time he's gonna sit up to the left hand side. And I really love this owl. He's like rolling his eyes like autumn is calling. Here we go again. And this is it. These are my 2 DIY wreath cards for my first project for the AmiraInOz Scrap and Craft Kit. I really enjoyed playing with this stitched leaf die. You know, sometimes when you are crafting and you seem to be crafting the same thing over and over again, and you're so over it and you're ready for a change and you don't know what to do, it's always good to just think of the season that is up ahead and try to craft something for that season that's coming. It kind of gets you ready for the season, and it gives you another thing to play with and another idea and another theme and other colors, and it definitely gets you out of your funk and into a new type of vibe of crafting. So if you haven't played with leaves before, I definitely recommend you try to get yourself a leaf die and play with leaves and have a whole lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video.